Hello, Hachel. Today's lesson is about forming an expression. The keywords we are going to use today are like terms, equations, expressions, collect, simplify. Okay, so let's begin. First, we have to know the difference between expression and equations. Expressions is a few algebraic terms just next to each other, like this: x plus x, or a times b times c, abc, x plus 2y, 2a plus b, 2x plus 4. So all of them are algebraic expressions, whereas equations are like this, and there is always equal sign in equations. So if there is no equations, is expressions. If you have equation, then if you have equal sign, then is equations. Equation always have right hand side and left hand side. But whereas in expressions, there is only one side. Okay, so in today's lesson, we are going to focus on expressions only. Let's see a question. Let's see a question. Uh, Form an expression for the perimeter of the rectangle. So we know that for finding perimeter of any given shape, we have to add the sides. Well, I have in this rectangle, one of the side is 8a, the length, and the width is 3a. So all I need to do is add all the sides together. So I'm going to end up with something like this: 8a plus 3a plus 8a plus 3a. Okay, and then you got 1 mark so far. For the second mark is you put all the a terms together, basically simplify your answers. So they are all from the a family, if you like. So we put all the a families together and we end up with 16 a plus 6a, which is going to be 22a. Okay, so I'm just going to simplify. I'm going to write it with my pen. So that's going to be 22a. That's your final answer, and you get your second mark for that. So 1 mark for writing the expression and second mark for simplifying your expression. Let's have a look on another question. Here is another rectangle, and we have to write an expression for the perimeter. So what I'm going to do is add this length to this width to that length and then to that width. So that one plus that one plus that one and then plus that one. So we're going to end up with something like that. Now, what I'm going to do is simplify it. Put all the R families together. So I have 5R there, I have 1R there, I have another 5R there, and then I have 1R there. So when you put all the R families together, you end up with 12R. And when you put the numbers families together, you have plus 2 there, and you have plus 2 there. So you end up with 12R plus 4. And that is your final answer. It's not equal to anything, and you cannot simplify it further. So you get 1 mark for forming expression and 1 mark for simplifying. Okay, here are some questions for you to try. Pause the video, have a go. But remember, you cannot mix the different families together. For example, in question B, you have two different families. You have the a square family and you have a cube family. So you cannot mix the different families together. Or here you have x family and you have number only family. Pause the video, have a go, and then we share the answers. Okay, hopefully everybody got the correct answer. Here are the answers. check your answers. Right, okay, we're going to move on now. You get a sentence and then you have to use that sentence to write an expression. Have a look at this sentence. I think of a number y, double it, and add 4. So you have to write an expression for that sentence. So double the y is going to be 2y, 2 lots of y, 2y, and then add 4, like that. 2y, add 4. So it's double of y, 2y, add 4. Next one. Here, it says, I think of a number, double it, and subtract 3. It doesn't tell you what letter they are thinking of. So you can just assume any letter you like. In this case, I'm just going to go for x. So I'm going to double x and subtract 3. Double x would be 2x, then subtract 3. There we go. 2x minus 3. Okay, here are some questions for you to try. Have a go, pause the video, and then once you finish, play it again. Okay, so let's go through the answers. For the first one, I think of a number y, double it, so that would be 2y, add 4. 2y add 4. Next one, I think of a number g, half it, so it would be g over 2 or divide by 2, then add 17. So g over 2 add 17. I know some people would like to write g divide by 2 rather than the fraction. That is still correct. But this is a more professional way of writing divide by 2. So you just use fractions. And lastly, I think of a number. So in this case, you can pick any letter you like. Double it, subtract 17. So I'm just going to pick x. So 2x minus 17. Okay. Here is another question for you to try. It's got 3 sections. Section A, section B, section C. Pause the video, have a go. Once you are ready, play it again to check the answers. Okay, here are the answers. For part A, pencil costs X pence. So the cost of 3 pencils would be 3x. For part B, rulers cost Y pence. So the cost of ruler would be 2y. And finally, you will have 3x, 3 lots of pencils, so 3 lots of x, plus 2 lots of rulers, 2 lots of y. And as you can see, they are all expressions. They are not equal to anything. And the question asked us to write an expression. Okay, here are some questions for you to try. Try this question. Take a picture of your answers and upload it on ClassChart. And have a good rest of the day.